he could be up in an all-Indian quarterfinal against Lakshya Sen. But Chi Yu-jen and Kodai Naraoka are bound to have something to say about that. And here comes Ayush Shetty. He's just 20 years old, but has already been making quite a name for himself, and was the US Open winner this year against Brian Yang, the Canadian, who we of course know very well, familiar name on the BWF circuit, and also a very tough opponent to beat. That is a very good result for Ayush Shetty, 21-18, 21-13 in America. And as for Kodai, well, he certainly has made his impact on the senior circuit. Picking up 3 titles already. It's 1-1 on the head-to-head, as you can see. Last time they met was just last week, Kumamoto Masters in Japan. And those 3 titles as they get through the coin toss. Japan Masters last week was a win for Naraoka. He was a finalist here in Australia last year. So definitely one of the big guns. In fact, that win at the Japan Masters over his compatriot Kenta Nishimoto was the first since 2023 when he won the China Masters. Also against Kenta. Well, Naraoka will be the favorite for this match with his senior tour experience, but Ayush Shetty at 20 certainly has all the hunger that you want to see in a young player born in Bangalore, ranked 32, and his highest ranking of 27 was in September of this year. So he has been peaking. Bronze medalist at the World Junior Championships, boys singles in Spokane. Sam Yuan, his tournament result, 33 minutes, 21-11, 21-15, another Canadian. So about ready to get underway here. And that's Kodai's tournament result, Sheng Xiaodong. So the umpire for this one, Trista Lee. Huang Qinwei in the service judge position.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kodai Naraoka, Japan. And on my left, Ayush Shetty, India. Ayush Shetty to serve, level, play.
It's gone long. Ayush playing with the drift behind him. He's just like we saw with Awi Farhan. It's a great opportunity for Naraoka. Get that first game in the bag. Of course, from Shetty's point of view, if he can win on the weaker side, he's going to be in a great, great position when he gets to the nearer side.
Love.
Good couple of points from Naraoka.
1-2. Service over. 3-1.
Well, Naraoka pushing forward. That's a good cross from Shetty.
Service over. 2-3.
Well, he's got that height advantage over Naraoka.
3-all.
Good power and effort from Naraoka. He's changed his game a little over the last year. Used to be one of these players that plays out each rally and each point. Now has a little bit more of a killer instinct.
Check the clock.
10-8.
Thank you.
6-10.
4-3.
9-10.
Good touch by Shetty. Naraoka playing a high line. And so far, world rankings, well, they hardly ever get it wrong. The top 10 player is exerting that effort that he needs to and doing the business.
Thank you. Kodai, check the clock. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Naraoka edging forward. But so far, Shetty has certainly been holding his own.
Service over. 7-4.
Oh, nice, delicate touch from Shetty. And it is turning into a fascinating matchup. Oh, that's just phenomenal from Naraoka. Plucks that out the air and sends it perfectly for the line.
Ayush, show him where to mark. Yes. Thank you. Service over. 5-8.
Well, it's good to see Naraoka not just hot on his heels and getting around the court very fast, but also very upset if he's missing any shots. So he set himself a very high standard. After picking up that title last week, I'm sure he's going to want to make it 2 on the bounce.
6-8.
Very good from Shetty, forcing that from Naraoka to go long. A hit and hope from Shetty. These errors every now and then that creep into his game might just be the difference in this match. Naraoka knows how to keep things tight. He's been in, of course, some of the biggest matches on the senior circuit. It's not just about playing fantastic winners. When you get up to the top level, you need to have all the factors in place, the defense, the movement. There's also that mental toughness. Now, young players, when they come through, well, they tend to be a little enthusiastic. Want things to work so badly, they can't get into some tough positions, but in terms of quality and skill, as we just saw with that net kill, they have what it takes to succeed. Using that height well to hook that down.
10-all.
Oh, Shetty has really put the cat amongst the pigeons now. He's completed task 1, which is to tie things up. And he's done it just before the interval as well, 10-all. Good reply from Naraoka. Changes the point of attack. Oh, wonderful pickup from Kodai.
11-10.
And controls it nicely into the corner and gets that point finally. 11-10, but you can see it took a lot out of him.
手のは上がるんだけど、こっちから行ってるから足入れれば倒れる。スライドこっちに我慢して。
Top 120 seconds. Top 120 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair. Players on court. 11-10. No change. Return the shuttle. Play.
Oh, that was a tight shot.
12-10.
12-10.
Service over. 11-12.
It is as tight as it gets. Shetty not giving up at all.
Service over. 13-11. Yes.
You can see the relief on a very exhausted Kodai every time he gets in the lead. Because he is having to work his socks off right now against Shetty. Wonderful from Shetty, just keeps it so low. And it hits his opponent, forcing the dive. That was a good shot too. So the setup was great. And the final shot, right on cue.
Thank you. 12, 13. Kodai.
Lucky break for Shetty. Ties it up again. He tied it up at 10. Now, mistake from Naraoka ties it up at 13.
Return the shot. Return the shot.
Naraoka making a very clear case. That shuttle needs to be changed, I think.
Kodai. Play.
If there's one player that does have somewhat of a history of having very interesting discussions with umpires, it's Kodai. The last couple of years, he's made his impact on the senior tour. There have been some fiery discussions. Well, this is the first 2-point lead for Shetty, very much like his namesake in the doubles. Oh, that was, I was about to say, he's got a great chance of snatching this first game right at the death. That's high intensity flurry of shots from Naraoka. Just look where his feet are, just below the tee. Shetty has really got the bit between his teeth now. Remember, Shetty playing on the weaker side. That means that if he can pull this one out the bag, Naraoka ties it up at 15 all. And Shetty's going to have that golden opportunity to seal it in 2 as he gets to the nearer side.
Service over, 16-15.
Again, great play by Shetty. Just luring Naraoka in. Oh, that was well taken. 17-15.
Players on court. Thank you, line judges.
Players, get ready to go.
He didn't have time to touch his racket to the ground there, Shetty, but he's really getting stuck in with this rally again. Naraoka's pulling everything out of the book. And finally, forces Ayush into a mistake. Well, Naraoka's another one of these players that has this air of unpredictability. You never quite know what's going to come out with him, but when he is on form, and he is championship quality. Shetty, on the other hand, as I said, a lot of hunger for the game still. 20 years old. Has to make his mark. Oddly enough, we saw HS Prannoy bow out in our first match this morning. And Shetty might just be the kind of player that takes over the mantle from Prannoy. Well, gauged right at the end. 18-16 on serve. Oh, great pickup from Shetty. And that's out. He's called a challenge, but I think and it's more of a hopeful challenge. The rest of the point he played was fantastic.
Service over. 17-18. Play. Kodai on court. Service over. 19-17.
So 19-17. This is a great chance by Ayush Shetty. So, a
20.
typically powerful return, and he's got himself 3 game points. And that situation I was saying earlier about getting on the stronger side for the second game with 1 game under the belt is now just a tantalizing 1 point away.
Players on court.
These down-the-line winners from Shetty have been too much.
Game won by Ayush Shetty.
21-17.
17.
And the youngster takes the lead.
Top 1, 20 seconds. Top 1, 20 seconds. Players on court.
So back on court for what could be the Most important game of Kodai Naraoka's Australian Open campaign this week. He needs to take it to 3. Something he's very capable of doing, and he's done it to top 3, top 5 players. So it's well within his wheelhouse, but the question is, what can Ayush Shetty do from this stronger side of the court? Now that he's beaten one of the best from the weaker side, well, that is the answer to that. The control is there, the ease to find the line. Well, he's in a great position to control the rallies from this side. And with that height of his, and look at the high line that he's holding just there in front of the tee. It's a great variety of options available to him. Once again, lures Naraoka in. And look at the ease at which he's forged a 2-point lead. Just off the start, he had to really fight for these leads in game 1.
Thank you.
Conversely, while we've been focusing on what Ayush has been doing from this side, remember Kodai is going to have to deal with a few less shot options because of the wind that's now playing behind him. Much tougher situation. And has been cemented by that first game win. That's how important it is to just keep focus in game 1. Depending on the coin toss, of course. But right now, everything playing into Shetty's hands. 3-love. Naraoka, the master of comebacks. Are we going to see another one today? The other thing, of course, about having that height advantage means he only needs half the effort to get across court. Such a large stride length. Challenge coming from Shetty. I have to say, from up here on the commentary perch, you really get a good enough look at it, but then that's what Hawkeye's here for. People that didn't get a good enough look at it. Comes the undisputed truth. That is out.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 1-3. Play.
These cross courts are now proving a little bit more tricky for Kodai. And that frustration looks like it's beginning to mount. Stopped in his tracks. Shetty has to do is just get to that shuttle. Doesn't have to do anything too spectacular because Kodai's the one that has to ask the questions. All Shetty has to do is be there and make sure that he can capitalize on mistakes. 5-1. very, very good position.
1.
The 20-year-old Indian singles player.
Players on court. Take it. Kodai. Five, 1.
Ah, wonderfully killed by Shetty. I knew he was going to do it.
6, 1.
There's once again evidence of that stride length, how quickly he got across court to get there for the kill. 6-1 up. Well, for Shetty, it would be a 6th quarterfinal this year. Quarterfinals at ILO Open, Hong Kong Open, into the US, 3rd in Taipei, and the All-Leon Masters semi-finalist there. That makes it 5 quarterfinals so far. Naraoka, world number 9, the 7th quarterfinal. After that win in Kumamoto. Quarterfinals at the Arctic Open in Suwon for the Career Open. Japan,
Service over.
Canada.
7, 2.
But as you can see from the frown, he's got a lot to think about right now. Flat exchange at the net. Works in favor of Kodai.
7.
The next match on to court 3 is women's doubles match 22. Lani Shia Mayasari and Amalia Haya Pratiwi, Indonesia. Francisco Corbett, Chinigai, USA.
Service over.
And it's the same shot that's troubling him, and it's the same reaction you've seen now 4 times. Where he stops dead in his tracks and stares off to the left. What's important is his coach is over there, of course. And that one shot is responsible for this 8-3 deficit. Another shot has gone wrong. 9-3.
3. No take.
That's a great idea from Shetty. This time he nets.
4, 9.
And as the court gets the wipe down, Naraoka, as you can see, is in this
Line up.
thoughtful state right now.
The next match on to court 2 is women's singles
Conversely,
match
Ayush
16.
Shetty just looks like
Amy
he's
Shia
waiting to get
Pratiwi.
back on and continue this great run.
Thank you. Four, 9.
Great touch from Shetty. Naraoka being a little bit more careful now, as you'd expect. But can you imagine what a result it will be if Ayush Shetty beats the Japan Masters
5-9.
winner from last week? He certainly got him running around. Naraoka again looking very much out of breath.
Players on court. Thank you, like this.
Good touch by Shetty. Again, wins him control of the point. Naraoka's now forced into the rally.
10, 19.
That's what he can do. That's what he does well. 10-5.
10-5. We go, right? Thank you.
Won by Golden Bay and Will Rizzi. 21-23, 21-17, 21-10.
So Shetty with a serve as we get into the second part of game 2. And this might just be where the headline is lying in wait for Naraoka. And that headline being Ayush Shetty beats number 4 seeded Kodai Naraoka, because at this rate, I'd have to say, the odds are stacking in favor of the 20-year-old. Certainly be upset of the day. I do like the way that Shetty steps back into these mid-court smashes. That one
Service over.
didn't work out for him, but Naraoka again completely out of breath.
Players on court. Thank you, like Bye-bye. Yes.
That's out. 11-6.
Over. 11-6 in the
That's
ball.
10 points away. In the background, as you can see, and Sejong.
The next match on the court for is women's singles match 23. Chen Su-yu, Chinese Taipei, Chu Pin-chu, and from Chinese Taipei.
Top 1, 20 seconds. Top 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair. Players on court. Eleven, 6. Play. No.
Just
Seven.
sat on top of the net for what seemed like an eternity.
11.
Naraoka gets the serve back. It's an important time to get the serve back as well, because this is ideally where he should be making his stand. And tying it up at 11, that's going to be an easy point for him, and it is.
8, 11. Yes.
Oh, look at that. Very unlucky for Shetty. Who knows what could have happened if he'd won that point. But still has a good buffer in this second. There's not much you can do about your unforced error count when you are a young player. And Shetty certainly has been allowing Naraoka back into this match. Just did just then as well.
Line touch. And near the center. Ready? Thank you. Wait.
Shetty again trying to power down that smash. That's what's been keeping him ahead. Good play, switches to flank. Has to be careful. This is such an important point for Kodai. As soon as he spotted the mistake, he was on top of it. And it's 11 all.
Ayush, show the line just like more. Service over. Yes. Thank you. Use your foot. Use your foot.
11 all. And that wonderful lead that he built up may have vanished. But Shetty still has a chance. He's 10 points away from the quarterfinals. Kodai Obviously 31 points away.
Service over. 1-2.
Both players tactically trying to find a way through. That's looking
Kodai Naraoka challenges.
like it may be in. Challenge coming. Well, as always, it all comes down to a couple of points in the end. And it looks like important points for Shetty are happening right now. Oh, it is out.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
Well, he thought it was in. His coach thought it was in.
Service over. 12.
But unfortunately, it wasn't.
Play.
Service over 6-9.
Service over. 2-3.
Good control by Shetty. What can he do there? And he went for the winner. Here's what he did with it. And again, didn't quite catch it right. 12 all. Well, I said that the odds were stacked in Shetty's favor. Well, in this situation, at 12 all in the second, you've got to say from Naraoka's experience with 3-game matches that he has very big shout for this.
Service over. 4-3.
Nice touch from Shetty. That should give him the win out. Oh, he's done it again.
13.
Just couldn't quite connect.
Service over. 4-all.
And what a way to concede the lead as well. Now, I did say earlier that on the senior circuit, it's not just about shots, it's not just about defense or footwork, it's also about mental toughness. Now, we know that Naraoka has that from being on the circuit that much longer, but Shetty has to now deal in his head with the fact that that is an absolutely phenomenal shot.
Service over. 13.
He has to deal with the fact that he was ahead, and he has to steel his mind, and if that shot is anything to go by, then he's already done that. That was wonderful. Ambitious from Shetty.
Service over. 14.
Naraoka gets the lead.
13. Ayush on court. Service over. 5-7. Power only. Kodai. Power only.
36.
6-7. Service over.
Got to be a little bit more patient, I think, Shetty. happy with
Service
that.
over. 14.
Both of them look absolutely exhausted. They're about to cross the hour mark. 55 minutes so far. As I said, Naraoka is going to be no stranger to this kind of situation. For Shetty, who's already had a pretty tough week. Certainly looks like all that leaping around is getting to him in these slightly warmer climbs.
Players on court.
14-all. Can he push through? He is 7 points away from a quarterfinal berth.
14 all.
Late take from Shetty. Miss hit by Naraoka. Shetty goes ahead. Well, he looks absolutely exhausted. Naraoka is taking a shoe break. Once again, he's getting in on the wrong side of the umpire by taking his shoes off. I think it was either a blister or something that he wanted to get. He takes a very slow walk back. Good pick up by Shetty. Doesn't seem to be affected by that delay caused by Naraoka by taking his shoe off. That's a wonderful winner, cross court, 16-14.
16.
Kodai looks completely done. Well, that's going to need another hefty court wipe, and I think he knows that. Well, this is not good, because usually when Kodai starts stalling for time, it means that he's out of ideas. And that is no exaggeration. Well, he's taken his shoe and sock off now. Looks longingly at his coach, but this is unbelievable. Well, he's bound to get a card for this. Trista's already in the pocket. Even by Kodai's standards, this is very extreme.
Kodai, quickly.
Wow. I'd love to give him the benefit of the doubt, but unfortunately, these delays seem to be timed. And it's usually when he's in a losing position. Now, I'm not trying to throw any shade at Kodai, but that is just a fact. It happens. Even that, he's going to be forced to wipe down, which of course led to him taking his shoes off. There's even more of a delay with the serve, and this is taking a long, long time. And he's the victim. He's not happy, that's for sure. or whatever was wrong with his foot. As you can see, he seems perfectly fine.
17.
Not in any way limiting his mobility.
Kodai.
That's out too, 18-14. And he's looking a dejected figure on the other side, the number 4 seed. Just crossed the hour mark, 1:02. That's bang on the line, 19-14.
Ayush Shetty challenges.
Oh, that was called out. That's a surprise.
Kodai Naraoka challenges. Called in.
Oh, that's more like it. Naraoka challenging. Now, of course, this is great for the challenge, but it's giving Kodai another time, another opportunity to talk
Unsuccessful. No challenge remaining.
to the umpire. No challenges left.
19-14.
19-14, and his coach
Play.
certainly not looking too confident right now.
No change. Kodai, return the shuttle. Return the shuttle.
Oh, this is unbelievable by Kodai.
Kodai, return the shuttle.
He's just not listening.
Kodai,
And that's going to be a card for sure.
return the shuttle. And you're delaying the game. Return.
Well, I'm at a loss for words.
Play.
I certainly didn't want this match to end on this kind of note.
Service over. 15-19.
I think he's finally going to get his shuttle change. Ayush caught out by that very tight net shot.
Kodai. Kodai. 16. Kodai, bring the shuttle over.
Well, all you and I can hear right now, especially for the last 4 points, is Kodai's name.
17-11.
Certainly not got his mind on winning this match at the moment.
17-16.
Great shot, and that's 5 match points
Service over.
for Shetty.
Match point 15.
Oh, great pickup almost, but didn't quite work out. And for a second, it looked
16.
Naraoka really did have a foot injury. But still, 4 more to save, and that's going to be another court wipe down.
Players on court. Thank you, line judges. Ayush.
I don't think that was from the foot. I think that was just from the way he was falling backwards. Well, the headline awaits Ayush Shetty. Whether the headline's going to be about Kodai's mood in the second game, we don't know. But certainly, that should be a winner. Wonderful shot by Kodai behind the back. Come back a bit high. to finish it off. That's a great return from Shetty. Sends it high, forced into the lift. That's gone wide, and Shetty has created the headline. The upset of the day 21-16 in the second. And finalist from last year, Kodai Naraoka, is out in the second round. And Ayush Shetty has made the quarterfinals, his 6th of 2025. Oh, he had a lot to do with Ayush in that second game. A lot of enforced delays, but he's come through. And Naraoka with that same face he has when he loses. There's confirmation of it, 21-17, 21-16. And Ayush Shetty is through to the quarters.
Hello and a very good afternoon to you from the Key Centre, Sydney Olympic Park. This is the HSBC BWF Australian Badminton Open 2025. And here on Court 1, this is how things are shaping up. We are into women's singles next. We just had an